If I could go back in time with what I know now, here are the two mindsets from sports psychology that I really wish I would have focused on as a college athlete. Hi, my name is Derek. I'm a certified mental performance consultant through the Association of Applied Sports Psychology, and I make films about the psychology of enhancing human performance. Okay, well, back a decade ago, I was in my freshman year as a D1 sprinter. And in the very first month of training, I was introduced to something that became a massive fear for me throughout the rest of my college career, the 45-second test. You were supposed to all-out sprint for the duration of 45 seconds, and they see how far you get sprinting as hard as you can. Something that makes the 45-second test interesting is that you're not supposed to pace it like you would a 400-meter race. Sprint all out, 45 seconds. Your body is not designed to do that, and my body specifically hurt a lot. I would be dizzy, my body would be shaky. The pain in my legs would honestly last for a couple of days. Over the course of doing this test a few times, I started to despise the 45-second test. Every single time I was about to run it, I would always get a series of uncomfortable pre-competitive nerves, butterflies in the stomach, shaky muscles, sweaty palms, and just feeling like my heart was beating out of my chest. And what I was taught to do with these uncomfortable thoughts and these uncomfortable feelings was to take anything negative and try to make it positive. Well, there's kind of two reasons why this didn't work out my advantage with the 45-second test. Just trying to say something positive like, I can do this, I've got this. Not to be cocky, but I was pretty good at the 45-second test, actually. That was not my concern. What my concern was that I was about to traumatize my body for 45 seconds and the effects would probably last for the next 3 days. And I couldn't change thoughts like, this is gonna hurt to, this is gonna feel great, because that would just be a total lie. So fast forward 10 years, now I have a master's degree in sports psychology, and for a living, I help high performers do their best through evidence-based psychological skills training. I have at least two mindsets that I wish my younger self would have been practicing in regard to the 45-second test. These two mindsets are the stress is enhancing mindset and the self is context. The stress is enhancing mindset is just a belief that the stress that we feel is not there to harm us, but it's actually there to help us. This was coined by Dr. Alia Crum, who's a psychological researcher out of Stanford University. And in one of her landmark studies, she found that individuals who perceive that the stress they feel is not a negative thing, but it's actually a good, positive thing there to help, actually experience a range of advantageous outcomes. And there's even been research to show this in performance, specifically with Navy SEALs undergoing rigorous training. They found that the level of stresses enhancing mindset that a Navy SEAL trainee might have can actually predict their ability to perform and the evaluations that they receive from other trainees and their leaders. And what's really cool about the stresses enhancing mindset is that you're not just trying to take something and lie about it to make it feel better. It's actually true. There's a reason we have a stress response, and innately it is there to help us. It is simply our brain interpreting that something important is about to happen, and for us to handle that situation, we need to activate our body so we can perform really well with that thing that is to come. So in the context of me with the 45-second test, having some stress, it's actually a really good thing. I definitely don't want to be almost on the verge of a nap before I run. I need to move. I need my muscles warm, and I need to have almost this caffeinated feeling throughout my body to perform my best. So if you're an athlete or a performer, and before you get up on stage or before you go to a competition, you start to feel the butterflies, you start to get the sweaty palms, you start to get a little bit nervous, you can just slow down and recognize that this is an advantageous response. It's a good thing for you. It's going to make you think quicker, react quicker. And the stress is enhancing mindset pairs really, really well with another mindset, the self is context. The self is context is essentially just the belief that the thoughts and feelings you experience are not you, but they're just something that you experience or you observe. You're not stressed, you are just feeling stressed, or you are just noticing the symptoms of stress in your body. But stress is not who you are. Hi stress, how are you? Dumb joke. Cut it out. So for example, younger me thought I am anxious. And if I could go back, I would have tried to think of those thoughts and those feelings more like I am feeling scared. When we use the stress is enhancing mindset and the self is context together, some really cool stuff can happen. For example, the stress is enhancing mindset views stress as helpful. The self as context mindset views stress as something you just feel within your body. When we take these two mindsets and we combine them, it views stress as a signal that your body is getting ready to rock. So instead of trying to lie to ourselves, this workout is not going to hurt at all, you can simply just try to implement these two mindsets. I am nervous, my body's getting ready to be its best. I feel scared, my body can tell that it's go time. When we pair these mindsets with low-hanging sports psychology skills like breathing, it can really put us in a good mental place so we can go out and kill it at the things that we care about. That being said, I hope you feel a little bit of stress this week, and I hope you're able to recognize that it is not necessarily a bad thing, and that it is just very well your body getting ready to do its thing and be your best self. So I'm Derek. Please like and subscribe for any other sports psychology tips, skills, and strategies. Rock on.